सर्वं ब्रह्ममयम् सर्वं ब्रह्ममयम् सर्वं
Good morning and namaskaram to all. Can you hear? Audio is clear?
Yes.
Okay. Right, we'll start. Okay. Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Om Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punaha Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnur Gurur Devo Maheshwarah Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamrtavarshinim Bhagavatim Nashtadashadhyayinim Ambatva Manusandadhami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshinim Namostute Vyasa Vishala Buddhe Pullaravindayada Patranetra Enatvaya Bharata Taila Purnaha Prajwalido Jnanamaya Pradipah Prapannaparijataya Totra Vetrega Jnanamudraya Krishnaya Gitamrtaduhe Namaha Sarvopanishado Gavo Dogdha Gopalanandanaha Partho Vatsasudhir Bhokta Dugdham Gitamrtam Mahad Vasudeva Sudam Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Bhishmadronatata Jayadratha Gandhara Nilopala Shalyagrahavati Kripena Vahani Karnena Vela Kula Ashwathamapi Karnaghora Magara Duryodhana Vartini Sotirna Galupandavai Rananadi Kaivartagah Kesavaha Parasharya Vachas Saroja Mamalam Gidartha Gandhotkadam नानाख्यानककेसरं हरिकथा सम्बोधनाबोधितं लोके सज्जनषट्पदैरहरः पेपीयमानं मुदा भूयाद्भारतपङ्कजं कलिमलप्रध्वंसि न श्रेयसे मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुदस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः. ॐ Namaskaram and good morning to all. So we have been discussing Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So we are in the 14th chapter. We covered up to verse number 8. So verse number 8 we completed and we are to start with the verse number 9. So 14th chapter is Guna-Thraya Vibhaaga Yogam. So 9th verse, Sattvam sughe sanjayati rajah karmani bharata jnanamavritya tu tamaha pramade sanjayatyuta. So after discussing about the Sattva, Rajas and Tamo Gunam, again, Bhagavan continues how each gunas, we are bound by these gunas. Sattvam sughe sanjayati rajah karmani bharata jnanamavritya tu tamaha pramade sanjayatyuta. Bharata, hey Arjuna, Sattvam, this Sattva gunam, sughe sanjayati. Sughe sanjayati. What does that mean? Sattva gunam binds a person by the sukham. Okay. Here, sukham does not mean the Vishaya sukham. Okay. Sukham means it is only Atma sukham it is. Okay. Atma sukham. Vishaya sukham is sensual pleasures. That is all the experiences of this world through our sense organs with which we enjoy, that is bhogam, some enjoyment, some happiness we derive. That happiness is, why that happiness, even see as per scriptures, even this Vishaya Sukham is also coming from within only. It is coming from Atma Sukham. Okay, it is coming from Atma alone. But here, Sattvam Sughe Sanjayati is not a Sukham which is coming from outside by the experience using our sense organs, whereas it is the Atma Sukham. What does that mean? Atma Sukham means it is the nature of Atma. Okay? It is the nature of Atma. That is Satchidananda Swarupam. We call it Sat Chit Anandam. It is the nature, its Swarupam is Sukham. It is a Sukha Swarupam it is. It is not a produced Sukham which is coming from Atma and the mind is enjoying a Sukham. Okay, there is a very subtle difference there. But when somebody is in Atma Sukham, that individual feels that I am enjoying Atma Sukham. I am at peace. This generally people get. When we are in Sattva Gunam, means when the tamas and rajas is gone to almost zero, the person is always in Sattva Gunam, and that Sattva Gunam gets into a sort of samadhi. What is Sattva Gunam? Sattva Gunam is there is nothing, me and mine attitude is gone, and all the whatever actions is doing everything for the benefit of others. And one who realizes the truth that my true nature is Atma. I am not this body, I am not this mind, and all the objects, whatever I am seeing, is Bhagavat Swarupam itself. So, this clear understanding will lead a individual to remain in Samadhi state. It will take us to Samadhi state. But here the difference is that one who feels I enjoy Atma Sukham. Okay, I am enjoying, I am in bliss, I am at peace, and I want to be always in peace. I want to remain in peace. Okay, but here then what does that mean? It means that there are two things. One is the buddhi is there, and another is Brahman. So the buddhi wants to remain in Atma Sugam. See, Swami Vivekananda also, when he went into Samadhi, he was in a total peace of mind, etc. And then he again and again, he wanted to go to that Nirvikalpa Samadhi. He wanted to enjoy that again and again. Then Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Bhagavan said, no, this is not the purpose of your life. This Janma is not for this. You have to do higher things here. And that is how Swami Vivekananda established this mission and all, Ramakrishna mission, etc. Right? So then he went into the action mode, and then he spread the message of Advaita, the teachings of Bhagavan Ramakrishna Paramahamsa to the whole world. So the point is, there two things are there. One is, I want to be at all the time peace of mind. That means there are two things here, buddhi and that samadhi state. Okay, so that also will bind. What does that mean? It indirectly means that mumukshutvam is still there. I want to be free. That mumukshutvam, that also should be dropped at the end. That also. So that is why Bhagavan says here that Sattvam Sughe Sanjayati. So this Sukham, this Atma Sukham also one can get bound by that also. That is how we have to understand. I want to be free. One minute. Sorry, it will take 5-10 minutes. Okay, please, sorry, excuse me, 10 minutes. Yeah, sorry about that. So, can you hear? Audio is okay? Okay. So that is how even the Sattva Guna also is binding. In Mandukya Karika, there is one sloka. Mandukya Karika, third Prakaranam, there is one sloka. Na swadayet sugham tatre nissanga prajnaya bhavet nischalam निश्चलम निश्चरश्चित्तम निश्चलम निश्चरश्चित्तम एकीकुर्यात् प्रयत्नतः. The mind should not be allowed to enjoy the bliss that arises out of condition of samadhi. Okay, so the idea is that when the mind is at peace of mind, one will have would like to go to that. So that means there are two things, buddhi and also the sugham of the mind. Okay, like that. Then one would like to have the longing to be free. That is one thing. So that means that also will fall off. One time that also will fall off. I want to be free also will go away. One. Second thing, such a person, such an individual would like to discuss about this with others, and also will start talking like I get in shanti, and then takes pride in it, and then discusses with others that I am like this, I have what all sadhanas I did, what all practices I did to be at this, and all that the person discusses with others, etc. And also looks down on people who are unsuccessful also. They start talking about that person, he tried, and then like that. Those who are unsuccessful, about them also, whenever they get a chance, they talk about it. One. And also they talk about their state to others with a notion of I enjoy this bliss. I enjoy this bliss. Okay, this we should not confuse by, see, the rishis, they say, even in Taittiriya Upanishad, at the end they say ha vu, like that. So that is an ecstasy, a state, okay, a state which they enjoy. And similarly, many of the jnanis in teachings they say, that is not to be confused with this. Here is a person who takes pride in it, okay, and I enjoy this bliss and tell others about this. Okay, that also will go. That is also binding. Understand that also is a binding. True nature is not something you enjoy, it is your swarupam. Atma is the swarupam, and sugham is the swarupam of Atma. It is not that I enjoy. My true nature is Atma. I hope I explained. Please think about it. Now the next one is Rajas. So Sattvam is Sukham. Rajas means karma. Rajas means karma, actions. Always want to do something or other. Always want to be in action. For what? For getting something. Okay, for attaining something, for acquiring something. That is, with lot of anxiety also is there. In that karma, during the karma, anxiety is always there. What will happen if I don't accomplish? What will happen if the results go haywire? With this anxiety, when somebody does in karma all the time, that is Rajoguna. So here also should not confuse with the Jnani's karma. A Jnani also is totally into action, but they are not anxious about the result of it. It has to be very, very clear. That is why Krishna, you see Krishna, Bhagavan Krishna is a perfect example. Always in action. Always doing something or other. What action doesn't matter. See, he was the charioteer of Arjuna, who has to look after the horses and all. Who has to take care of the horses, take care of. It's like a driver, okay, driver of your car. It is something like that. But without any problem, he carried out that duty. But what Krishna said, Name parthasti kartavyam trishu lokeshu kinchana. I have got nothing to do in this world. I have got no duty at all because there is no kartrutvam in it. Name parthasti kartavyam trishu lokeshu kinchana nanavaptam avaptavyam. I have got nothing to acquire that I want to acquire. There is nothing that I want to acquire. But vartayevacha karmani. I do all the actions that I am supposed to do. All the actions I am doing. But I don't have anything to do. So a jnani can be in full of action, but an ajnani who has got a high rajogunam also will be doing a lot of action. What is the difference between these two? An ajnani is doing all actions with lot of anxiety. Anxious is there, anxiety is there. What will happen? What will happen if I don't pass the exam? What will happen my son doesn't pass the exam? Or what will happen if I don't climb the Mount Everest? What will happen to my name and fame? What will happen to the money? What will happen to the property? Anxiety. What will happen to the health of my father or myself or my wife or my husband, etc.? What will happen? And taking to the hospital, what will happen? That anxiety and regrets about the past also. That also puts the person down. So, one who is doing actions with lot of anxiety. The anxiety is coming because I want to acquire something. I want to get something. That is the reason for this anxious moments. This is Rajoguna. Okay? Sattva-guna means I don't want anything. Sattva-guna means I don't want. It is prakashakam. So it is prakashakam. It is the light of, in the light of knowledge, in the light of knowledge, that person enjoys sukham, atma sukham. Okay? That is the highest state. Very good state. It is. And we should have sattva-gunam, lot of sattva-gunam. Sattva-gunam can be got only by lot of having punyas. Lot of good deeds someone does, slowly they will. What is punya? What do you mean by punya karmam? Doing something for others. Right? That is punya karmam. Helping others. So that is with the knowledge that I don't want anything for myself. Without knowledge, no. Without knowledge, there will be a doership will be there. Okay? So that is sattva gunam. Rajogunam is I want to do, I have to got lot of things to do. I am in action with anxiety because I have to acquire something. Okay, don't have knowledge. Don't have this knowledge. That because these things are immaterial, these are all temporary and there is no happiness in the objects of this world. This knowledge is not there. That is Rajogunam. And what is Tamogunam? Tamogunam is total ignorance. Ignorant of the situation. Ignorance of the knowledge. Okay? That is Tamogunam. Pure Tamogunam. So, that leads to Pramadam. Fall. An ignorant person does things or actions where it is not necessary. The individual does a lot of actions. And the person will not do actions where it is necessary. See, in a way, will not perform any swadharma also and will end up doing a lot of things which is not necessary. Okay? Because of moham. Because of moham. So, tamogunam is total ignorance. Total ignorant, have no knowledge about Atma, and the covering is so hard and lot of desires are there. To fulfill the desires, this person will not do anything. Okay, will not do anything. Laziness, okay, laziness, and when certain situation arises, such an individual will go to a freezing mood. They will be frozen, will not do what to do also, and will just stay in the bed trying to sleep, will not get sleep also. And okay, let us do something towards the goal of whatever the desires, will not do also, because of fear of something happened to the body, mind, etc. Right? The fear is there. Out of fear, this individual will not do any action, will not perform any action, out of fear of hurt to the body or mind. Okay? And at the same time cannot keep quiet also, because mind is racing, will not get sleep also. Okay? So these are all the indications of tamogunam. This is pramadam. This is pramadam, fall. So these are the three states. So sugham, so sattva gunam binds a person by sugham, atma sugham here. Okay, rajogunam by karma, and tamogunam by pramadam, fall. These are the three ways an individual, a jiva, gets bound. So sattvam sughe sanjayati, rajaha karmani, jnanam avritya tu tamaha, pramade sanjayati uta. Jnanam avritya, here jnanam avritya means covering the vastu bodham, covering the atma jnanam, or the knowledge of atma is totally covered in tamogunam. Okay, so this is the way all the three gunas bind an individual. I hope it is very clear. We'll go to the 10th verse. Rajas tamascha sattva bhavati bharata, rajas sattvam tamaschaiva, tamas sattvam rajas tatha. Rajas tamascha sattva bhavati bharata, rajas sattvam tamaschaiva, tamas sattvam rajas tatha. Hey Arjuna, sattvam rajaha tamaha cha abhibhuya bhavati. See, this Maya is Trigunatmika. Maya is Trigunatmika Maya. Every individual will have all these three gunas in them. Each one will have these three gunas. Out of that, one guna overpowers the other two. Okay? Sattva guna overpowers the rajas and tamas. Rajoguna overpowers tamas and sattvam. Similarly, tamoguna overpowers the sattvam and rajas. This is what Bhagavan says. Rajas tamas chabhibhuya sattva bhavati bharata. Sattvam rajaha tamaha cha abhibhuya bhavati. Sattva gunam overpowers rajas and tamas. That means sattva gunam becomes predominant. Okay, that will be the sattva pradhanam. That mind will be of sattva pradhanam. Similarly, rajaha sattvam tamascha eva abhibhuya bhavanti. Then tadha tamaha sattvam and rajaha. See, sometimes even the situations also help. Situations really help for one to overpower the other two. Okay. See, what I am trying to say is, it is possible to fall from sattva guna to the other gunas. See, for example, someone may be a good at good at heart. Okay, very good at heart. So what the simple example is, they will feed the cow without any problem, because cow is Gomada, etc. They will feed the cows, they will do puja, they will do everything. But the moment they see a dog or some other animal, they throw stones. So what is this? One moment the sattva guna is there, the next moment don't know the truth clearly and clarity. Okay, but they see God in cow, Gomata, but they don't see the same God in a snake, or they will kill the snake without thinking twice. They will kill, and they will throw stones, etc., on other animals. So sattva guna is there, but at the same time it is possible to fall from sattva guna to the tamo guna, etc. Even day to day life also we can see. Our mind will, one moment it will be in sattva guna, and sometime it will be in rajo guna and tamo guna, etc. So this fall is possible, from raising oneself also is possible. See, Raja Parikshit, okay, who is in the in the same clan only. What Parikshit did? Parikshit went for a hunting, and then this Parikshit Maharaja, who is very good Punyatma, he is a great king, Parikshit, okay, and he knows Atma Tattvam, etc. All this he knew, but when he was so hungry and he went to a sage. Okay, he saw an ashrama of Shamika. One sage Shamika was there. In that ashrama he went, and then there the sage was in Nirvikalpa Samadhi, and he asked for food. The sage did not understand. He was in Samadhi. He did not realize that a king has come, etc. Out of anger, which has come out of hunger, what he did? A dead snake was there lying down. With his bow, he picked up and then put it around the neck of the sage. Is it possible for someone who has come in the same, Arjuna, like that, in the same dynasty who has come, Parikshit Maharaja, he threw a dead snake on a sage's neck. This is clear fall. This is pramadam. And he went home, and then as soon as he went home, he realized, oh, what mistake I did. He repented. He regretted for what he did. And he was trying to come back and then ask forgiveness. By that time, the sage's son came, and then he gave a curse that on 7th day, you will be dead, bitten by Takshaka. Okay, the snake Takshaka. Shapa is already done, curse. But Parikshit was not afraid of it, because by that time he realized his mistake and he accepted. He did not ask for any Shapa Moksham, etc. Okay, he understood the situation. He understood clearly. He did not look for any guru. Okay, straight away went to the banks of a river, and then he sat there in Samadhi. That time, Shuga Brahman came without asking, without even asking for a guru. Shuga Brahman came there, and the Bhagavata happened. 7 days of Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam came. So the point is here, it is very easy also to fall from a state of sattva guna to other. When sattva is predominant, it is possible to fall into a tamo guna. Same thing happened with Ajamila. Ajamila was a sattvic brahmana, he was. Okay, and he had a lot of good karmas in his childhood. In between, sometime he fell into the wrong habits of going to a dasi, a Vaishya actually, and stayed there for many years, etc. And again, he was facing death. During the time, he remembered Narayana by just calling his son's name. It is not that by calling son's name he is getting to moksha, etc. No, there are samskara was there inside him. Okay, the sattvic samskar was there inside. He had developed that. From that only, that came back. It came back. He remembered by chanting Narayana, calling his son's name as Narayana, he remembered the Narayana. Not that he remembered his son. He remembered Bhagavan at that time. And then there was a conversation between Yamadutas and all that. You can see in Srimad Bhagavatam. And then afterwards, he came back into life, lived for many years, then he merged with God. That is how it is. So it is possible for someone to raise from Shudra to Vaishya, Kshatriya and Brahmana, or somebody can fall from Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. It is possible to fall. Now when I say these words, Shudra, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Brahmana, do not think of a caste. Do not think, it should be erased from your memory. This caste thing should be erased. Do not think of caste. Here the word Sudra, Brahmana, etc. is the level of the mind. It is as per guna and karma. Okay, here now we will clearly understand what Sri Krishna said earlier. Chadurvarnyam maya srishtam guna karma vibhagashaha. Maya srishtam. That means it is possible for an individual to raise by changing their gunas and karma. It is possible to raise from Shudra to Brahmana. That is how Krishna said, Maya Srishtam. I created. Who created? Who created? I means Brahman. Krishna, whenever Krishna says I, me in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, he is talking as Brahman, Sakshat Brahman. Maya Srishtam. So who is creating this gunas and who is creating this caste? You and me. You understand? You and me, we are creating this Shudra, Brahmana, Vaishya, Kshatriya, etc. We are creating this guna karma, this classification, not the caste. This classification of the human beings as Vaishya, Shudra, etc. is created by you and me by changing the guna ghadana, changing the percentage of gunas. The more sattvic, you are raising to the level of Brahmana. The more tamasic, you are lowering to the level of Shudra. So who is creating this classification? We only. Okay? So kartaram api mam viddhi. Tasya kartaram api mam viddhi. Akartaram avyayam. I created this. So you know that kartaram. I am the one who created this. But as per guna and karma. So each one is capable of raising their level from tamoguna to rajoguna to sattva-guna. Tamas and rajas to sattvic guna, and also it is possible. It is possible to fall. We have seen in the case of Parikshit Maharaja and also Ajamila, there are so many others also. So many others who have raised themselves from Shudra to Brahmana also. So, that is the reason. See, this is for us to understand where we stand. Individually, where do we stand? We have to introspect ourselves. What all are our gunas? Are we in sattva guna, predominant sattva guna, or predominant in rajo guna or tamo guna? We have to understand ourselves. We realize our gunas and raise ourselves, change the guna ghadana and raise ourselves to the sattvic guna and then transcend the sattva guna. What do you mean by transcend sattva guna? The body continues to function which it has been practiced during the process of changing from tamo to sattva and dropping the kartrutvam there. Okay, only the kartrutvam drops, not the karma. Karma continues. Kartrutvam and bhoktrutvam is gone. Because I am Brahma. There is no kartrutvam or bhoktrutvam in Brahman. Okay, body continues to function as per its nature, as per Prakriti. Okay, but as per Prakriti, the karmas have changed. How? Chadurvarnyam maya srishtam guna karma vibhaaga saha. Guna and karma is changed. So the nature changed, the Prakriti changed. So what does it all this, what this indicate that we are capable of becoming a refined person in this life or continued lives. That is the point. That is what we have to understand by this chapter and this verse. Rajas tamascha vibhuya sattva bhavati bharata. Rajas sattvam tamaschaiva tamas sattvam rajas tatha. So, to raise ourselves from tamoguna to rajoguna to sattva jnanam is mandatory. Jnanam means our true nature. We should know who am I. Okay, either we can use the Panchakosha Viveka or Avasthatraya Viveka, Diridriksha Viveka. There are so many methods through which we have to discriminate clearly that I am not this body. Because the body is changing all the time. Adavantau jayannasti vartamanepi tattatha. Which is not there in the beginning, which is not there in the end, is not there even now. It doesn't exist. There is no existence to these names and forms. The existence of these names and forms is only because of the Chaitanyam, Bodham, Atma. This is Atma Jnanam. With this intellectual understanding first, with the intellectual understanding, we have to raise ourselves from being lazy and selfish. We should raise ourselves to the level of selflessness. That is increasing your sattva guna and reducing the rajas and tamas. We'll move to the 11th verse. What happens when one jiva's sattva gunam overpowers tamas and rajas? Sarvadvareshu dehesmin prakasha upajayate jnanam yada tada vidyat vivruddham sattvamityuta. Sarvadvareshu dehesmin prakasha upajayate jnanam yada tada vidyat vivruddham sattvamityuta. Asmin dehe, in this body, sarvadvareshu, in all the places of indriyas. Prakashaha uta jnanam. The light. Light means knowledge of light. The knowledge of truth. Yada upajayate, when shines. Yada upajayate, tada sattvam vivruddham iti vidyad. Then sattva gunam overpowers the other two. So sattva gunam becomes predominant when the jnanam shines in all the indriyas. Your karmendriyas, your jnanendriyas, etc. Sarvadvareshu means wherever there are indriyas, wherever the places of indriyas. When the indriyas and the mind, okay, the heart, is calm. When it is calm, when it has got andashitalata, the calmness, peace of mind, when it is there in the heart as well as in all the indriyas. Okay? The indriyas are not jumping up and down. Okay? When you see something, you're not getting excited. Or when you are doing karmas, you are not excited with it. Excited in either directions. Okay? Excitement by happiness or by depression or sorrow. Either way, when the equanimity is maintained in all dwaras, mean all indriyas, that is jnanam. Okay, asmin dehe, in this body, sarvadvareshu prakasha udajnanam. Prakasha means light of knowledge, the light means the knowledge. The knowledge means sarvam brahmamayam. That is the knowledge. Anything you see is Brahman. Brahma purataha, Brahma paschat, Brahma uttaradaha, Brahma dakshinadaha, Brahma urdhva, Brahma adho. Everywhere Bhagavan only is there. All of this, whatever you see, smell, taste, etc. These are the indriyas, And all the karmas, whatever karma you are performing with your hands, legs, vak, pani, pada, payu, upastha, all the action that you are doing is an offering to God. Who is this God? Anything that you are coming in contact with is God. Your father, your wife, your husband, your children, your friends, your office, the fire, the water, okay, in the cooking. It could be induction cooking or it could be gas, whatever. Any fire or the water, the rice, everything, all the karma that you perform in your office, let it be computer or anything, everything is Bhagavan. That is a jnanam. So, sarvadvareshu means whatever the indriyas comes in contact with is God. Is God. How do you know this? With proper understanding of the theory. With proper Vedanta Vijnanam. Vedanta Jnanam. Clear understanding through Sravana, Manana, Nididhyasanam. You hear it clearly, you understand it and do contemplation. Think about it, vicharam. Through that, clarity is there in the intellect. When that comes, then sarvadvareshu. That is the time when we say that asmin dehe sarvadvareshu prakashaha udajnanam. That is the light of knowledge through all, which shines through all the dwaras, all the indriyas. This will happen only when there is intellectual clarity of Atma Jnanam. Assimilation will happen later. Okay? Assimilation will happen. But intellectual understanding must be there first. You can call it as bhakti. In bhakti, you see Bhagavan everywhere. You just believe the scriptures and see Bhagavan everywhere. Or if in Jnana Margam, you understand through Vedanta. Clearly, both will take you to the same place. That Sarvadvareshu Prakasha. Everywhere you see the light. It shines through. Okay? So, all the experiences are Atma alone. Where everything is happening in your consciousness only. Whatever you are seeing, smell, everything that is happening in your consciousness. And anything that arises in your consciousness. Happening means arising, right? Anything that arises in consciousness has to be consciousness only. Anything that arises in consciousness has to be consciousness. Yatova imani bhutani jayante yena jatani jivanti yaprayanti abhisambhisanti tad vijijñāsasva tad brahmedi. Yatova imani bhutani jayante yena jatani jivanti yaprayanti abhisambhisanti tad vijijñāsasva tad brahmedi. That is Brahman. That is Bhagavan. That is your consciousness. It is not outside. It is inside you. It is not outside. Outside, what I mean is outside is not the seed is inside and the flesh is outside. Not in that way. Okay, it is not like that. Outside, inside is which is subtle is inside. What I mean is which is subtle, which you cannot see with your sense organs, but with which everything is visible, everything is can be heard like that. That subtle thing, that is how it is inside you. So anything that arises in consciousness has to be consciousness only. All the ornaments are gold alone. The water that appears on a desert is desert only. Right? The waves are water only. Whether it is a small wave or big wave or let it be an ocean. Everything is water alone. That knowledge. Atma alone exists. That is what it means. Sarvadvareshu dehesmin prakasha upajayade jnanam yada tada vidyat vivruddham sattwamityuta. Tada sattvam vivruddham. Then, see what it produces, what will be the result of such an intellectual clarity? What will be intellectual clarity and assimilation, of course. So what does that mean? What will be the result of it? Antashitalata, Shanti, equanimity of the mind. That will be the result of it. Then we say Sattva Gunam is predominant. Tada Sattvam Vivruddham. That is the indication that someone is having Sattva Pradhana mind. That individual is Sattva Pradhanam. He is in Sattva Guna. When can you say that? This is the indication. Sarvadvareshu dehesmin prakasha upajayate jnanam yada tada vidyat vivruddham sattwamityuta. We'll go to 12th verse. Lobha pravrittirarambah karmana masamah spruha rajasyetani jayante vivruddhe bharatarshabha. Lobha pravrittirarambah karmana masamah spruha rajasyetani jayante vivruddhe bharatarshabha. Hey Bharatarshabha, hey Arjuna, when Rajas predominates, hey Bharatarshabha, who is Sreshtha, great among those born in the Bharata Vamsham. That is what Bharatarshabha, who is a great Sreshtha among those born in Bharata Vamsham. That is Arjuna. Lobha. What is Lobha? Lobham means, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsaryam. These are the Shat Vikaras, right? Shat. So this is Lobham. What is Lobham? Lobham means one who is interested in saving money without even spending for the basic necessities. Okay? One who is interested in saving money without spending for the necessary things also in the appropriate situations, and one who is desirous to earn more, to acquire more. That is Lobha. That is the definition of Lobha. Lobham. Then Pravrittihi. To do that, what do you want? To earn more and to not to spend and then putting somewhere, etc. It is Pravrittihi. That is Pravritti. To do karma. Okay, the urge to do a lot of karma, interested to do a lot of karma, to acquire money, but will not spend for even necessary things. Then Arambaha, entering into new ventures. We will start something new because this is not sufficient. Arambaha, okay, new ventures. She will start a new establishment. He will have new ideas to earn money with various means. Let it be any means, doesn't matter. The purpose is earn more. And of course, will not spend. Karmanam asamaha, never ending karma. never ending actions, non-stop actions, one after the other. Never gets time for anything. Don't have time for anything thinking of Bhagavan or God or Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita name also is cannot be heard. He could not have heard. May not even keep Bhagavad Gita for puja. Karmanam ashamaha. Never ending karma and anxiety. Karma and anxiety go together in such a person. Spriha. Bhoga Trishna is never gone. Enjoy the sensual pleasures all the time. Want to. Eating or indulging in so many other things, etc. Bhoga Trishna. That is Spriha. That is Spriha. Because, see, it produces a Vishaya Sukham, a happiness. And that happiness will be like an addiction inside. Let it be an ice cream or let it be alcohol, doesn't matter. So, that feeling of want to enjoy the same thing again, that is Spriha. Etani, whatever is mentioned above, Rajasi Vivruddhe Jayante. When Rajogunam predominates, these are the indications. Okay, so we'll continue from 12th verse next class. We'll explain little more on this from 12th. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Harihi Om Tatsat Brahmarpanamastu. Yeah, thank you.
धन्यवाद।